Whoa. Move you guys over just like that, okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be a little bit different, and I just decided, why don't I do a school related video. It's very fun and dear to me because I love doing it, and it's just taking notes, and this is like how I take my notes for school. It took me a while to figure out my style of note-taking just because I always changed my method of note-taking throughout high school and even the beginning stages of my college years. I'm gonna show you guys an example of my notes. It's really messy, but again, it's a column style where the class is right here and it just goes down. Once it's ending, it just goes down here and whatnot. I highlighted like the top corner of each page. So like the pink one is English, the purple one was like atmosphere science. So this is my iPad Pro. They're space gray. I mainly use it for note-taking, so it's kind of like a leisure entertainment with, you know, my daily use. We are going to dive right in, and I am going to show you guys the culmination of my notes for this quarter that is on the iPad Pro. As we go into my home screen, this is, you know, my daily apps right here, and then on the bottom apps is more of my school stuff, and the app I primarily use for school is GoodNotes. And what's cool about GoodNotes is that there are options to create notebooks within this app. I have atmosphere science right here, I have my English course right here, and then I have info 200, and then I have like doodles for when I'm bored. In this corner there is a plus sign, which means you can create or import something that's already existing. So in this case, we're just going to create a notebook. You can actually change the covers of these notebook from a bright theme or a calmer, neutral, simple, which are these ones. It's just the bindings have a different color. So cool about this is that you can also change the papers. So there's the essentials, which is like the more recommended and the popular one. So there's ruled papers, squared, grid, or whatever you want to call it. There's just a bunch, just to give you an idea. Once you've created it, it's going to take you to the cover, and this is where you can put whatever the heck you want. I'm going to write YouTube video, as you can see. So this is our paper. Just to give you guys a clear idea on how I take my notes, again, they are column style. I can fit at least 3 to 4 different columns in one page on here, but the zoom in feature helps because you can actually make it fit to your needs. So the heading is more of class topic along with date if I really wanted to put that down, but it doesn't really matter to me. Almost always highlight it just because it grabs my own attention. We talked about nuclear power a few lectures ago, so then I would highlight in a separate color or a color that's kind of more lighter, and then I would bullet point, are we transitioning over? I do this right on the spot, so if it's nuclear power and we're addressing that topic, I will automatically shorten it up by just putting abbreviations because it's just more easier for me to know, and because I created it, I feel like I remember it pretty well. But if I am unsure if like it's gonna stick with me, it's usually just going to be up here. Say if it's a simple term of like something is of higher quality, so rather than put the word high and then quality, I would usually just put a arrow. And the reason why I'm just telling you guys this is because in my atmosphere science class, sometimes the professor goes by super duper quickly and it just stresses me out, so on and so forth. And that's really how I take my notes. And the next topic could be like solar power or something, and then that lighter highlight, so on and so forth. And then it will just look like da da da, highlight, and it just looks organized. But in this case, it just looks like really messy. But to show you a non-messy example, I'm going to show you guys my actual notes. So this is a culmination of my actual notes. It's very compact. It looks like a lot, but if you were to open it, it looks really, to me, it looks pretty neat. I'm going to show you an example of this one. So this was like on hurricane. There's 4 columns in this, which I managed to fit. And my text looks super small, but it's because I zoomed in and like wrote all of this down. So it just made it more neater and like more compact. So the heading is usually in a bigger font, and then it carries down. This was a review session, so I had time to like do all these things. So this is like the Hadley cell, and then I zoomed in like super duper crazy and, you know, drew whatever I had to do, little diagram and whatnot. So it's really easy to like customize your notes on an iPad Pro, just because I drew this one and then used the lasso tool and then copied it and then made a even miniature version of it, more graphs and everything else. So that's just for my science class. Notes are really heavy in this class, so that's just why I'm showing you guys this. This one I kept kind of to a black and white grayish theme. So this was the first time I used my iPad to take notes, and this was just more of like a personal sitting at my desk doing it, and it was just so weird to get used to. And this is my later notes, so it's more calm. It's more like I found my personality within taking notes. So that's just how I take my notes. You can definitely do this on like a notebook or whatever. So I just thought I'd share it with you guys because it's a cool thing. If you guys enjoyed this video, I love taking notes, and I always find it very enjoyable seeing how other people take notes. So hopefully this helped you out in any way, shape, or form. And I do have weekly vlogs, so definitely check those out. They're like the main component of my channel. It's more of my everyday school life. So yeah, definitely check that out, and I'll catch you guys later.